if it's not coming from within, it is near impossible to pull it into existence, because the fire is not here. The fire is not here. The fire is not here. So all the kerosene that's outside, nothing will spark it to vroom, vroom, to come to life. But the spark has to be inside here. Do not abandon self. It is so easy to abandon. It is, when I say easy as 1, 2, 3, as easy as one kiss they give you, easy as one touch they give you, one caress, one small pingling thing, one chinchilling ding that they will do. What? You don't abandon yourself. Hey, the old me, mommy, my girl, your girl left you for dead. How? Romantic relationships are a mirror of yourself.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Hello guys and dolls, welcome to the Love Academy. This is Chichi Mambo for Salt and Culture, and I'm super excited because this year I'm finally doing something I've always wanted to do, actually for several years. This has been brewing in my mind, and I felt a little bit of, I don't want to use the word shame, but there were a lot of feelings and a lot of thoughts going on in my head when I was thinking about how I was going to create this academy. I just didn't know how it would be received by several people. I think another time I'm going to talk about that. But for now, I'm super excited to be here, and I'm grateful to the gods for letting me and giving me the strength and the willpower to finally do this. Super, super grateful. But that said, I really hope that whatever I have to share with you guys, that it reaches the person, you girls or you guys, whoever's listening, that it reaches whoever it needs to reach. This is not a binary situation. It's not for women. It's not for men. Definitely from a woman's perspective. It's for anyone who needs to do some hard work. That said, welcome again to that I want this Love Academy to leave with you, right? To stay in your heart as we go through these learnings, is this centering yourself, the easy part, right? Why should you be centering yourself if you want to be in a partnership with someone else, right? A lot of the old school way of thinking is you have to become that person that the other person or the person you want desires, right? But here's why that's so flawed. You will always keep chasing. When you try to consistently fit into and become the person for that person that you desire, that particular being, that particular person you desire, you are essentially fashioning yourself into what we call a pick-me, right? And if there's anything you've learned from me, it is that a pick-me never gets picked. Not even when they're in a relationship, not even when they're in a marriage. They continuously have to audition. The second they stop auditioning, that's the second they stop getting picked. Always center self, or you will forever be auditioning to get picked. All right? When you have the fundamental understanding, are you listening? When you have the fundamental knowing, the fundamental understanding that relationships that are romantic in nature, right? Romantic relationships are a mirror of yourself. Several relationships are a mirror of yourself, but if you really, really pay attention to your humanity, your existence, and how you move and have your being in this world, you will understand that your romantic relations especially are one of the fastest way to grow your soul. If you pay very good attention to that, you realize that these romantic relationships are meant to be a mirror of yourself. This is why people with fantastic relationships with themselves have one of the absolute best partnerships with others. Right? Some of these people you call selfish, but for the most part, self-aware. Hyper self-aware people who cultivate themselves and really value and respect themselves, have so-called high self-esteem. You notice that those people, when they're in a partnership, it is usually the most beautiful, healthiest relationships. Healthiest partnership, right? There is a reason for that, because their time is spent cultivating themselves. They're a little bit obsessed with themselves, not necessarily in, how would you put it? In an arrogant fashion, right? Where you're like, I know everything, I'm the best. Not necessarily in a narcissistic fashion where me, oh my God, me. No, not that way. But fundamentally in, I love myself. I value myself. Because what is love? I value my being. I value my existence. I know to take myself, play football. I value myself. I value my existence here on earth. I value every single part of my being, from the follicle of my hair to the nail on my krikri small toe. I value every single part of me. And as a result, I will develop every single part of me. That obsession with constantly fashioning yourself and truly living, as in truly like, I'm alive. Wow, wow. I have all my senses in me. I can walk. I can read. I can be excited by things. I have great taste buds. I can taste food. Like that joie de vivre, that, I'm alive. I'm alive. Develop un joie de vivre. Because when you have that joie de vivre and that value for self, every single thing comes. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness. Heart, the kingdom, here. Your mind, your highest self. Seek ye first the kingdom, your highest self, and its righteousness from your heart. Seek ye, like develop un joie de vivre, a curiosity of self and the world around you from your higher self. If you do so, if you do this, everything go be naweti jara, everything will come to you. Everything will come to you. Everything that you desire from here, through the honest work you do from your heart space, as you develop and seek and, fashion and better your highest self, everything comes. Everything comes. Love, this one, that one, every single thing comes to you. I'm working on this. And every time I've had the discipline to test it, it's worked. Go and look at my video that I did on shifting. I know it's really hilarious, but literally, After that video, the next video I made, I had shifted my whole space. I had literally physically moved into a whole different apartment, a whole different city, a whole different space. I have to do this video on a Patreon or something, like where I really tell you guys how magical this was for me. I will never forget that time in my life where I dreamt it and it just literally happened. The time I did that work, it happened. And I'm going to be honest, for me in my life, what I've seen, it takes discipline, right? So there's so many ways that you can go about this. I don't think you have to work and strive for everything that you want. I don't believe that. I don't even want to use the word believe, right? I haven't experienced that knowing. But I do know that combining that divine masculine and also surrendering with the divine feminine as you ask and as you cry and submit, if you don't think things are working, it comes to you. It comes to you. If you desire it, it is because it is for you and it will come to you. Center self. Seek ye first your highest self. Center self. I know it's trite that, oh, there are people who don't do any of this and have love. Absolutely. No palms are the same. I am talking about those who wish to be the magicians in their lives. Those who wish to combine, they'll use their willpower that is given to you. Those who wish to do more than stay in the state of flow, because the state of flow might not be enough for what you desire. But your state of flow, which is your regular state, the state that you're in when you do nothing, when you just exist, could bring you a ton of amazing things. But the fact of the matter is, when you're in your state of flow, you get everything you need to exist. You get everything you need. You're going to get water, you're going to get food, you're probably going to get some shelter. Whatever it is you need for your soul to grow, you will get it. You will get it, including suffering, including laughter. It could include a lot of things. It could include just enjoyment. Just enjoyment could be enough for your soul to grow. It could include just hardship for your soul to grow. For you to exist and for your soul to grow, you'll get everything you need in a state of flow. But you will not get everything you want in a state of flow. You will not get everything you desire in a state of flow. No, that is when the work comes in. All right? So I'm giving you just my experience, right? And the other things I still need to experience. I'm still working on this, but I'm sharing this because it has hit my heart that it is time. So here we go, right? Another reason you must be centering yourself is because it helps you really master your intuition. You want to master your intuition. You want to be able to know, is this lady for me? Is this man for me? Is this the right person I need in my life? Is this slap that I received something I can forgive? Is this, the way he is, the way she talks, how aggressive she is, how ambitious she is, how lackadaisical he is, how relaxed he is, how nurturing he is, how handsome he is, how breathy he is when is this for me? The way you learn these things is very scientific. This is why I tell you, science and spirituality have to work together. It's like masc and femme. They work together. It's not one or the other. One does not cancel out the other. They work together. You test. And you can only test from your perspective. That's how you sharpen your intuition. You ask, is this for me? How do I feel about this? How do I, blah, blah, blah. The last time I did this, how did it work out for me? When you center self, you can sharpen your intuition. However, when you center the man or the woman, when you center that as opposed to self, then you're fashioning just strictly for that thing. Strictly for that thing, strictly for that person. And when you do that, then your intuition and everything will fully depend on that mind, which other person's mind is a very complex zone, and as complex or even more complex, or maybe a little more just different, but it's very complex just the way you are. So if that person wakes up tomorrow and says, oh no, I love girls who love eating butter, and you're allergic to butter, what do? You go kill yourself? You will now die? You will now start crying, oh my God, it can be. You must center self. You must center self, sharpen your intuition. That way, if that person says, oh my God, I like only popcorn going forward, you would have the mental capacity, intelligence, intuition to understand that maybe this person doesn't hate me. They're in this phase in their lives. And it can teach you, it can tell you, the more you sharpen your intuition, you can say, oh, give this person a year. Like some people sharpen their intuition so well that yes, they get to a psychic space from all that testing and all that work. You can, it's possible, right? And they can say, I'm gonna give this person a year. They need to really find themselves. And you do your own thing and come back in a year because you fashioned your stuff like that. Or you are at a space like most human beings where you can't really see that, but you know that right now, this butter-loving human and butter-loving life is not for you. And you can grieve. You can grieve it while giving the person space and then working towards your other interests because you have cultivated a full life and other interests, right? Now, it doesn't mean that because you've cultivated all that, that same person will come back to you. No, they can go and go forever. But because you've cultivated that, your own self, your own life, and you are continuously doing the ritual practices, right, of developing that desire, working on that feeling, which is the secret, working on that feeling and the things that bring you around that feeling, you will get the love that you want. It doesn't have to be in that person. You will get the love that you want. And it will be magnanimous, magnificent. It will be too good, in fact. Because you deserve it. You deserve it. But that is another reason why you need to be centering yourself, to sharpen your intuition. Here's another reason why I reckon it's incredibly important for you to center yourself. And I'm going to read it because I wrote it so beautifully that I don't want to improv on it. I don't want to rephrase, paraphrase. I want to read what I wrote for you guys, okay? Here it is. If your self-development and kindness and romance and fullness that you pour into other things, for example, that person, right? So let's say you're in a relationship with someone or you want to be in a relationship with someone, you've spotted this person that really, triggers your fancy, right? And you are pouring all your kindness, all your love, all your, like before you were not even reading these certain books. But as soon as you met that person, they say they love Japanese, they say they love Carl Jung, then you're off to read Carl Jung, you're off to learn Japanese, French, all these other languages. Like, love, the sensation of love can make you do these things, right? So if that sensation of love is making you pour into self-development, all because you want to become that person, the person for that person you desire. If all this romance and kindness and everything is not happening naturally within you, it's not happening. And when I say naturally, I don't mean like, oh, you wake up and you want to do all these things. No, sometimes you wake up, you want to sleep. But if it's not happening within you in the sense that you have not cultivated a life where you're like, oh, I need to be doing this for myself, I need to be self-developing, it doesn't have to be languages. It could be any other thing. It could be carpentry. You could have this interest in just carpentry and building things in your house for yourself and sculptures and all these interesting things, right? Pottery, you name it. If this desire to self-cultivate, whatever that means, and culture yourself, etc., is constantly happening outside of you due to external factors and external beings that you're trying to get to pick you, if you are not self-absorbed in the sense that if this energy of romance, kindness, self-cultivation, self-care, self-mastery right? If all this cultivating and all these things are not being fashioned from within, if it's all without, and it's not from within, it's not an internal factor pushing you, where you wake up and you say, yeah, I want to do this. I want to be this for myself. I want to be the most interesting person I know. From your heart space, not from trying to, oh, I got to be better than this person. I got to be better than John. I got to be better than that girl so that he can pick me. No, internally, righteousness. The kingdom, righteousness from within you, from your spirits, from your chi saying, oh, we like this. Your chi has said, I love languages. Let's go and learn all of them because we love them. So why just sit with one when we have capacity and a genius to learn all? I love math. So why just sit with the capacity to learn what the math is happening in school? No, I want to go and learn about, sacred geometry and all these magical things as well. I want to be fully cultivated. I love philosophy. Why am I going to sit this philosophy class alone? I want to learn what in the Igbo, in the Yoruba, in the Japan, what were their great teachers doing? What were they doing? What were they teaching? I want to learn everything. I just want to I'm curious. I'm curious and I'm fascinated about life and about these things. These things that bring you this, joie de vivre from ni megi, no biggie. Your heart space. This is where the righteousness lives, in your breastplate, in your heart space. Right? If you are constantly getting this, you're not waking up and constantly saying, choosing and deciding, right? From your masculine, from your sun side, like, I want this, so I will do this, I will do this, I will do this, I want this, I want this, I want this. If it's not coming from within, it is near impossible to pull it into existence because the fire is not here. The fire is not here. The fire is not here. So all the kerosene that's outside, nothing will spark it to vroom, vroom, to come to life. But the spark has to be inside here. Make kerosene go twa. The flame now engulfs all of you. It comes to life. It comes alive. You have the spark. It is me making no biggie. If you do not cultivate it within self, you don't cultivate that desire and sharpen it, fashion it. Respect your chi, honor your chi and the things you desire and you hunger for in this life. You need to taste it, you need to feel it. It starts from here. No biggie. Act on this. I want this. I want that. I love this. I like that. Okay? Let it, why do I want this? Why do I want that? Why do I enjoy this? And then go to the core. Go to the core of it. Once it's inside and you have cultivated it, then you have enough spark so that when kerosene meanders, that beautiful love flame engulfs you. It happens, it manifests, it sparks outside of you. That is a craft. That is it. It starts ni-megi inside of you. I mentioned core, right? So when you are developing this desire, cultivating these desires and all these things within yourself, you got to look at the core of what it is you're desiring and you're wanting, right? And sometimes that takes age maturity. Sometimes that takes age and wisdom and life experiences and learning from others. Sometimes it's innate. You are born and you have this knowing very easily. Comes to you easily, right? So here's what I mean. You meet a guy, you meet a girl, You meet a them day, a thissy. Sorry, I just learned that word and I love it. You meet a guy, you meet a girl, you meet a person that, you know, non-binary person, whatever it is, right? Whoever it is that you like. And they're very intelligent by your standards. They can be stupid by another person's standard, but they're very intelligent by your standard. And you're like, I want that person. I'm in love. I want John. I want Jennifer. I want Shakira. That's what I want. I want Shoma. I want Emilola. I want Dami. I want Nguyen. That's what I want. Right? The problem is, this, like I said, the individual itself, the person is very complex. They have a mind like your mind tied to the universe. Complex. They have their own wants and their own desires. To have them to ask the universe, to ask divine masculine and divine feminine for that individual is dark magic. Is to control their will to come to you. There is no joy in that. Why? Because that's if you're coming from, no biggie, from the righteousness space, right? Obviously, if you're coming from here with jealousy, this, I love, me, narcissist, like, if you're coming from here, from logic, it's whatever. But it's dark. It's dark magic. You're asking to control the will of another. What you need to be asking the universe for is the core. What is the core? The core is not Damilola. The core is not Nguyen. The core is not Shakira. The core is not Chama and Kelechi. Obuya. The core is intelligence. The intelligence. You like that attribute. So you ask the universe for that attribute. Universe, I love an intelligent person. I love it. It makes me wet inside and out. It makes me happy. I want an intelligent person to love me. And some people don't want that. Some people, universe, I want a slow person. Yeah. I want someone who has no care for intellect. None. I want them to just be. Anything I say, I want them to be excited about it. Right? It's not, oh, I want Sally. Sally, why don't they give wahala? If I say Sally, jump, Sally's like, go. So you want Sally. It must be Sally. Has to be Sally. No. Universe. I would really like someone who's just slow. Takes everything slow. Mentally just slow. Physically just slothy. Like, that's what I want. Ask for the attribute. The attribute is an attribute. It's not complex. You don't push the willpower, nothing. It's just the attribute. Right? And I don't have the answers. Keep asking Divine Mother. Divine Mother, please help me. Please show me what I want. Please. So that now when I know what I want, I can use that and go and beg Divine Masculine and say, look, this is what I want. Please. What do I need to make it happen? Or can you just make it happen, please? Focus on the core, dig. And it might not be just the attribute. It could be, I just want to feel loved, Divine Mother. Please, Divine Father, I want to feel utterly loved and worshipped and adored. That's all. I don't know what it entails. Because you could get tired of a slow-ass person or a very intelligent person. It can be draining. Both can end up being draining. You might want that now, but you could evolve or grow into other parts of your being, your complex self. You can grow into a part of yourself that loves adventure, and all of a sudden, Sally, when they give wahala, we just, hey, it's not enough. You now want to go on trips, and Sally's like, I want to chill. What? What's going on? Yeah, and now you and Sally start having wahala. Ask the universe. Sometimes you don't always know everything you want. Ask Divine Mother when you don't know what you want. Mother, please surrender. She'll answer. She'll give you all the answers you want. All right. So when you are developing yourself and you're asking, what do I enjoy? I like chocolate. I like pottery. I love pottery. Right? Do the things you love to attract that feeling of love. That feeling of love. Sometimes the people who you talk to that bring that feeling of love. When I want to cultivate a desire for fashioning romance, this is I'll give you an example of a creator I follow when I want to just feel it. Because sometimes I might have other things, from my logical side that I have to handle in my life, that I detach from the softness that I'm looking for, the softness I actually desire. And then when I remember that I really want that, then I think of Courtney with a C. And I go, I'm like, is she live right now? I go on TikTok and she's live and I'm like, yay! And I can listen to Courtney's buttery voice talk about food and love. And it cultivates that softness in my heart. And I'm like, this is nice. This is really nice, right? But now to make these things come and exist and be, you have to follow the practice and the rituals. You have to put in the work. Not everybody, but for the most part, when it's not happening, you have to put in the work and then you have to surrender. Put in the work, surrender. Divine masculine, divine feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine. Put in the work. That's who you pray and how you activate, right? We can go into all those things, but for now, I really hope this helps. So, to summarize, right? If you do not cultivate desire within yourself, when you do not center yourself to cultivate this desire for the thing that you love, for the attributes you love in a being, and when you abandon you to do the art of the pick-me, where you're just like focusing on what that other person wants, what that man wants, what this woman wants, and you want to embody that, only that. I want to be feminine. Do you even know what feminine means? I need to be this and I need to be submissive and I need to be demure and I need to be that. I need to eat like this and I need to be aggressive and I need to work hard and show her that I have all the money in the world and all these things. That's how you break your heart. Oh, breaking your heart. Sorry. But that's how you bring wahala to yourself in the short term or in the very long run, right? Hopefully it's more short run. But that's how you bring wahala to yourself. You don't want that. If you are not centering self and cultivating desire for the things that you love based and centered on self, this will it's a pipeline to self-abandonment and codependency. Because what happens is you now meet someone that triggers your fancy, that tickles your fancy. You now copulate or, go into partnership with this person or try to seduce this person and start dating this person, right? And slowly you find yourself, I love the way he kisses. I love the way he talks to me. I love the way she calls my name. I love the way she dresses. I love the way she, speaks in history, and she's so smart and she's so quiet, and I love the way she just listens. And you start building this fantasy and this codependency now, because that person is inducing, hormones and feelings of love and not pheromones, sorry, oxytocin and all those other hormones that inducing these love, hormones that just make you feel happy, all externally caused, which is fine and beautiful. That's love. Listen, love is addictive because for a reason. So nobody's blaming you. We all feel it. That's why we love it. That's why we ask for love. Okay? But a healthy love is what we want. So you're now getting all these external things that are making you so warm and fuzzy inside. And if you do not know how to, if you haven't mastered self, or you're not mastering self as a ritual continuously, what is happening is those love, happy feelings, you get sucked into it, a little addicted to it, then codependent on that person to give you those feelings, because now you love them so much, they have to keep feeding it to you, or you do not know that it's love. They have to keep telling you you're beautiful. They have to keep speaking all these languages. They have to keep being brilliant at their job. They have to keep making that money and giving you that money that they make to show that they love you. They have to keep doing these things, or else the second they stop, your self-value falls. And they have to, that's where the codependency now has clocked in, right? And then now you're doing everything for them. You bake cake for them. You brush teeth and then you bleach it for them. You wear everything now starts being, and it's not a bad thing to do for your partner. That's what makes love sweet. But you cannot abandon self and not be self-aware enough. Go back, go outside of yourself when you're in love. Well, when you like someone, when you're dating, especially as a woman, because, you know, it's harder for us. Go out of yourself and observe thyself. Observe thyself to see if you are balanced in your movements. And if you're not, pull back a little bit and rebalance yourself. Rebalance yourself. Stand up. Okay? Stand up so that you are conscious and aware of how you're being. Do not abandon self. It is so easy to abandon. It is, when I say easy as 1, 2, 3, as easy as one kiss they give you, easy as one finger they, one touch they give you, one caress, one small pingling thing, one chinchilling thing that they will do. What? You don't abandon yourself. Hey, the old me, my man, my girl. Your girl left you for dead. How? Truest words ever spoken by Young Miami. My man, then. But your man left you for dead, how? He left you hungry, how? God forbid, that will never be a story. But just saying, you absolutely, please, you guys, you need to center self, and you need to, every time you're dating, please go back a little bit. Come out of yourself and observe thyself. That is how it is to be self-aware, to see what you're doing and how you're navigating it, right? And when you navigate it, when you are able to observe yourself as you move, you remember, oh, I have all these things that I love to do. So I don't eat pork. So if he likes pork, I have to say, babe, we can go to a place where you can get pork. And I would like for them to also have like seafood there so that I can eat something that nourishes me, as opposed to, you want pork? Let's go. I miss pork. Call me piggy. Oink, oink. Like, no. Okay? No. But that respect for self makes him see you. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know I know this amazing place that has exceptional seafood, you know, and they have all the other meats that I enjoy and that I like. So let's go there. You both are happy and you're remembering self. You remember not to abandon self, right? So his birthday is coming up and you love pottery, right? And you know that he loves when you make things for him. If you give him a draw, if you draw something for him, he starts screaming. He carries it in his pocket. He puts it in his job. He loves it. So you love pottery making, and you know he loves when you make things for him. So you go make this amazing vase and stuff to put his plants and everything, and you present that to him. You've done it for more biggie from here. And from here, you are balanced. You're doing the things you absolutely love, and you're feeding and pouring from here, not externally, from here to the person you love. And when you do that, right? When you do not self-abandon, when you are constantly cultivating from within, and you give from within, joyfully, happily, saying your prayers to divine masculine, divine feminine. I really like this guy. I really like this guy, right? And here are the things I like about this guy. Here are the things I like about this girl. She is very giving. She is so good at honing into her craft. She loves butterflies and it's so intriguing. You know, like I love watching her make pottery. I love watching this girl eat. Oh, like the way she eats. Oh, she smells so good. Oh, she's so smart. Ooh, I want her to have all my babies. She's so smart. She's so kind. The attributes. I like this person, divine masculine. Here are the things. Here are all the attributes that make this person so appealing to me. You'll be able to pull the exact things. So that way, if this person is abusive towards you, if they slap you once in a while, they do this, they do that, immediately you will know your intuition, because everything is from Obigi, is from inside of you. It will be so easy to recognize and to choose yourself, to walk away because you choose yours. It will be so easy, so easy. It doesn't mean you will not grieve. It doesn't mean you will not cry about it. It doesn't mean it wouldn't hurt you. But the actual, when you have agency to actually walk off, you will walk off. You will walk off. You cry in your car, you cry wherever it is, you grieve that person, you learn and you move and you speak to divine, right? You would also know if, oh my God, this person is really amazing. I'm going to ask her to marry me. I'm going to ask him how he feels about, you know, a more permanent partnership, etc. You know what I mean? So it starts from here. It starts from you. It starts from within. If you are able to cultivate that love within yourself and the love for the many things that you desire, and you sharpen the things that you love, it will be so easy for you to, when you have that match, right, to be able to spark that spark within, to be able to light whenever you find that person that triggers your interest. And that could be, it could be a soulmate that you could meet right away when you come out of college. You'll be like easy, and you meet, you're like, wow! It could be a twin flame that you meet and it's so hot and heavy, but then they're a mirror to you and you have to learn all these things. And so it then becomes very tumultuous, but you're learning. And then you have to move away. You have to cut that relationship once you've learned, or once you have, okay, and shift those timelines, go your way so it doesn't stay chaotic. But if you do not focus on yourself, if you've never sharpened your intuition, if you do not center yourself at all, you'll be inside a twin flame relationship for 10 years, 20 years. Then you have a child with your twin flame. Don't do it. Don't. You know what I mean? Because you didn't know how to choose yourself. Dangerous. But if you haven't cultivated, or you don't know, you can also meet your soulmate and walk away because you don't know. You don't recognize the signs. All right? Because you were waiting for John. It must be John. John, it was your twin flame. It must be John, forgetting that, this is Joseph. This is Joseph that you actually like. But you keep screaming John. Okay. The universe will keep you there with John. You'll be doing back and forth, doing fighty with John. Meanwhile, Joseph is your soulmate, waiting for you. You're there fighting. I want John. It must be John. If it's not John, it's John. Okay. Anyways, I hope this has helped. And until next week, this has been the very first class, the very first episode in our Love Academy series. And until next week, seek ye first your higher self. Seek ye first your higher self. Seek ye first the kingdom. All right, from Obigi. Okay, from a righteous space, from your heart space, and cultivate all that lovey-dovey, love stuff that you like. You know, both here and here. Okay. I hope this helps. Drop all your questions below and I will answer them to the absolute best of my ability. Until next week, I have been Chichi member for Salt and Culture, and this has been our very first Love Academy.